Game one last night. They defeat the Heat by a score of 121-100. Donovan Mitchell leads the way, 30 points. Ty Jerome had 28 off the bench. And the Cavs did what they wanted to do in game one. Here's Mitchell and Jerome.
Just setting the tone. Just trying to be aggressive, making the defense have to react to me. Pretty much my mindset every time I get out there. Because honestly, you really evaluate the series. You kind of go over the film. This is the first time having film. You can watch all the film from the regular season, but for me, just trying to be aggressive from the jump, first playoff game, and go from there.
And that's Todd, for you, how would you summarize your playoff debut?
Solid.
Is that first time in the playoffs? Damn sure it looked like it.
Solid, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, solid game one.
Kenny, he was a little bit better than solid. But, I watched almost the entire game. There was never a point in the second half, even when the Heat got down to 5 or 6, it was like they didn't have the gas to get back to even, I didn't feel.
Yeah, you've got to win 2 games just to get there. And we've seen this, right? We've seen this movie before. Usually game one for play-in teams that have had to win 2 games, they'll hang with you for a while, but then the legs are gone. You do run out of gas. The Cavs pulled away. Ty Jerome, absolutely love Ty Jerome. He was a punchline last year on the Kenny and JT show. We'd look at the injury report, and except for the first 2 games, I think, oh, there's Ty Jerome. Boy, that must be a horrible ankle injury. Well, it was, and we didn't know the extent of that ankle injury. And kudos to him for getting the surgery, rehabbing, and then coming back to prove that, hey, I belong in this league. I belong on that court. I deserve playing time. Look at what I did at Virginia with DeAndre Hunter when we won the national championship, and I was a key part of that. I deserve to be a starting point guard in this league, and that's a little concerning for the future, right? Whether or not the Cavaliers and Kobe Altman can keep him, I think they will, but he's proved to be one of the best stories, not just in Cleveland this year, but in the entire NBA, and he's up for 6th Man of the Year award. I think he deserves it, but Pritchard in Boston probably is going to get it, but Ty Jerome is right there with him, and they'll probably face off against each other in the Eastern Conference Finals, which should be fun.
Heat, well coached. They're going to make some adjustments. The one thing I would say, though, Kenny Atkinson has pretty much a boatload of answers to whatever you want to try to do. Remember, Mobley and Allen, they didn't take a lot of shots. They weren't really involved, and they still won by 21.
Yeah, Mobley had a bad game offensively. Didn't have a single rebound in the first half. He doesn't like the physicality. He needs to adjust to it. He's got to realize that in the playoffs, guess what? You're going to get fouled. It's not going to get called. Guess what? You're going to get fouled again, and it's not going to get called, right? So you've got to punch back, and you've got to play through the physicality. I saw him complain more yesterday in one game than in about 2 weeks worth of games. So get used to it. It's going to get ratcheted up even more every round you go. And I expect Kenny Atkinson, play number 1 on Wednesday night against the Miami Heat. It would not shock me at all if he goes right down on the low block to Evan Mobley and gets him involved early to get him going to complement Darius Garland's 27, Ty Jerome's 28, and Donovan Mitchell's 30. And let's give Jared Allen a little love. Double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Good to have him back healthy. And to your point about the depth, I was curious how many guys he would play yesterday. And Kenny Atkinson rolled out all 10 in the first half. He played 10 guys in the first half. Now, some not as much as others, but still, he's not afraid to do it. I think he will pick and choose his times when to do it. I just hope he doesn't keep Isaac Okoro out there too long when he continues to throw up brick after brick from 3-point range, because the Heat are going to allow him to shoot 3-point shots because he can't make them consistently.